So, hey, Troy, how are you today?
Great. How are you guys?
Cold? Cold.
It is very cold. Yeah,
It's very cold. It's all good. Spring's coming. We know it's coming, right? Think
it is indeed.
So we have Troy Patton today with Patton Insurance, and talk to us a little bit about your company, Troy.
Well, we are like Jody said, Patton Insurance Group. We've been here in Springboro, here at our location now for about 12 years, and we are an independent insurance agency. So those of you that don't know, independent insurance agencies are agencies that work with numerous different insurance carriers. So we work on behalf of our clients and we place them with the best coverage that we can find at the lowest cost with a vast variety of different insurance carriers. Independents are different from a captive agent, which are like your State Farms, your Allstates. Everyone knows those national brands. Great companies, but the agents work directly for those insurance carriers. Being independent, we represent several different companies.
Okay, that's good. So we can get
Yeah.
a price. I know you have
Yep.
great customer service because we've talked about that. We've had people. I've had people go. I'm calling Troy. He's going to handle it.
Exactly. Well, that's kind of what sets us apart. I'm
Yeah,
sure when you do these little community coffees, um, everybody tells you that's what sets us apart is our
yeah.
customer service. You hear it, I'm sure with everyone, but I truly believe that we are a little unique, and I'm sure we'll touch on that a little bit as well. But yeah, so customer service is our number one priority.
Yeah, I think we hear that out in the community. Your staff is the best. And I was in there once a few years ago with for something for our team, and they are just the nicest people, and that's quite a reputation you guys have.
Well, we appreciate that. We strive very hard. And I tell people that, if we can't provide good customer service, then we need to get out of the business because that's the easiest piece to everything is just treating people the way they want to be treated. So,
We could not agree more. That is our philosophy as well, as you know. So that's so important to us as well. So that's why we like you, Troy. So
oh, I appreciate that.
how did you get started in insurance?
Well, it's kind of funny because when I first got into the business career, I was in mortgage finance. And I did that for, I think, a total of 17 years.
Okay.
So basic mortgage finance, and then it expanded to where I was in a large territory role over a six-state region, traveled a lot, and on April Fool's Day, 2007, the economy changed overnight, and I lost my job. And that's when I got into insurance. I wanted to find something was recession proof, something that wasn't affected by a recession or everyone had to have it. And insurance is that way, even though there are a lot of people that don't have auto insurance, for the most part, people have to have insurance.
Yeah.
So that's when I started, I pivoted and made a transition over into insurance. So that was back in 2007, so been around for a while.
Isn't it crazy how sometimes something that seems so bad in your life turns out to be something so great?
Oh, it's a fact because that was my lifelong career. I thought,
Uh,
I was making a good living, life was good, and yeah, it kind of blindsides you, but you look back now and you think, yeah, I am so thankful. I just wish I would have started this 20 years earlier.
well, yeah, we all wish those things, and like now we can look back with our perfect glasses and be like,
Hindsight.
"Oh, wouldn't have that been amazing if I'd done this or that or the other thing?" But yeah, I
Absolutely.
think it's funny too. Like Mark and I talk all the time about our past careers and how they just made us ready for this career.
Right.
So all of the things that we learned in all of that way just turned it into being something that could be amazing for us now. So
Absolutely. And one thing you probably don't know about me, I had a coffee shop. I owned a coffee business. Yeah, exactly. While I
here,
was in the while I was in the mortgage industry, I wanted I mean, I always love visiting coffee shops. That's one of my favorite things to do. If we go on vacation and we go to a new community, I always want to find their little local hometown coffee shop. We had one in Lebanon, called Full Cup Cafe, and we had it for several years. And I wanted to open up a business that would um, teach my kids work etiquette and teach them how to be that customer service specialist.
Yeah.
Well, we opened a coffee shop when they were just little,
Um,
and over the years, the landlord ended up selling the business. And by that time, I had transitioned from the mortgage industry over to insurance, and I had my agency already open. So I was like, this is what I'll use to teach my kids. So long story short, my daughter ended up going to Dorothy Lane Market and working, and she's been there ever since she was 16. They did a great job teaching
yeah,
her work etiquette
they're
because
also great at
they're
that.
phenomenal. And then my son does work for me now, so that's a great thing as well.
Nice.
But
That's
just a
nice.
little tidbit there that we're enjoying
Yeah,
our coffee and my back
right.
history.
There's
So
definitely something we didn't know. That's awesome.
I always say, I feel like I waited tables when I was younger, and I think everybody should have to do that for a little while.
right. Oh
Um,
yeah.
just to be you're dealing with the public, it's all kinds of different things at once thrown at you. So you have to kind of multitask, you
Yeah.
have to make people happy. I think that's a great learning place for people. And I think a lot of our kids today, unfortunately, struggle talking to people because
Right.
they're on their phones all the time and doing all the things.
Exactly.
Yeah,
This
exactly.
is how they communicate.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
we've made sure our kids can talk, which they can.
Yeah.
Um,
Yep.
but yeah, I love that you did that. I love that.
Yep.
What do you love most about your business now?
Now it's the personal thing. I am a someone that likes to meet people, and we tell our customers, whether it's customers or not, we invite them in. We like to meet them in person. Nowadays, most people, especially the younger generation, they want to do business over the phone or over the internet and not really even meet face to face.
Hmm.
But a lot of our customers are the older generation and they still like to meet in person.
Yeah.
They like to pop in. They like to make their payments in cash. There are a lot of insurance companies that will refuse to take their money in cash. We're not like that. So we are, open door policy. Come in and sit down and have a cup of coffee with us. And I tell my customers, if you come and visit with me for an hour, that gives me an hour where everybody else has to do the work. So yeah. So come on, sit down and we'll visit while everybody else is getting the work done.
Very
But
smart.
we do like to meet our customers and get to know them a little bit. And that's probably my favorite part is we're helping people. And then we're there for them when that day comes where they truly need us.
Yeah.
We don't like those days, but that's what we do. So that's,
So
that's
if I
my
haven't talked to somebody about insurance for a while, what would be something that I wouldn't know that would surprise me, or something that you seem to like tell people often that they were like, oh, really? Like, what would that be? Like, what's important to know?
Well, there are several things. Well, one, and everybody knows it. The rates are going up. It's
Yeah.
crazy. The rates are going out of control,
Yeah.
and it's a big part of it that the insurance carriers tell us that we're losing money. They're losing money. I don't think they're losing money. Some of them are. The poor carriers in California with these
Oh,
wildfires, they're losing money.
yeah.
But I think the majority of the carriers are probably just not making as much as they're used to.
Yeah.
So in their eyes, they're losing money. And I get that with the cost of materials, the cost to repair cars, or I mean, the little fender benders of yesteryears where it used to cost $500, a little fender bender, everything's above $2,000
Yeah.
now and everything's pretty much claim worthy.
Yeah.
So that's a big thing. The way homeowners roofs are being depreciated and covered is different than it used to be. A lot of the large national brands are starting to do a actual cash value on roofs where they're not insuring, if your roof's 15 years old and you have a loss, even though you have $1,000 deductible, when the time comes and your roof needs to be replaced, your insurance company is not going to pay for all of it. It's going to be $1,000 deductible, plus they're only going to pay for half of it. So those are kind of shockers that the industry's starting to change, and you're going to have a rude awakening when that day comes. So that's a little scary. But it's
Well,
just
and I think if the thing is though, like as long as you know, like that's the thing, like
that's the key.
be ready for it because I think that's where people, for us too, when they don't know and it's a surprise, that's way worse than if you were sit down and be like, okay, here's your policy and here's what's changing. And if
Yep.
you're going to need a new roof, you're going to start to probably you should start to put some money away, not thinking,
Absolutely. That's a big part of it. Um, it's the surprises that people
yeah.
don't like. And we see it every week. People will come in and they're unhappy because they had a claim and it wasn't handled the way they thought it should have been, and they didn't realize that their policies have changed over the years. So yeah,
So
that's part of
are
it.
most people then, do you feel like, since 2018, the price of housing has gone up so much?
Oh yeah.
Feel like people are not thinking about that and adjusting their home, their policies to cover what their house really costs now? Like, do you see that?
I don't see it so much because most insurance carriers will they give them a an annual increase to adjust for the value. So that's part of the increase in premium is because, yeah, the home today is worth a lot more, as you know,
Yeah.
than it was 5 years ago. But the insurance carriers do a pretty good job of inflating the value each and every year based on the percentage that they feel is adequate for that year.
Well,
So that piece is pretty even, I think.
that's good.
Yeah. But something else I think that would surprise people is to know how many uninsured drivers are on the road. And
Yeah.
that's the one thing that really burns me. And I've written my congressman, I've tried to get the state to be a little more proactive when it comes to those things, because I've heard different statistics that one out of every 9 cars you pass is uninsured.
Wow.
And here in Springboro, it doesn't take long to pass 9 cars and to
Right.
think that one's uninsured and that one's uninsured and that one's uninsured. When they hit you, it's a really it hurts not only the driver and the person that has the insurance, but it also hurts the insurance carrier, and
Mhm.
it's forcing us, you and I that have insurance, our premiums are going up because of it.
Yeah.
So that one's a shocker too.
That's a tough one.
Yeah, that's a astonishing statistic. One
It
out of
really is.
out of
Yeah,
Ugh.
it hurts.
So
But
how can people connect with you, find you? Tell me how they can find you.
well, we're local right here in Springboro. Our office number is 937-886-9966. You can find us on social media. You can find us. My email is Troy at PattonInsuranceGroup.com. We got to put that group in there. There is a Patton Insurance out of Indiana, which is a great company. They're large as well, but Patton Insurance Group. And
Okay.
we're right here at 10 Royal Drive, right on the corner of 73 and Royal. We sit on one corner and UDF sits on the other if they're not familiar with our office.
In your newly updated building, right?
We've updated. I used to say we were the ugliest building on 73. I like to think that we're not as ugly as we used to be. I think we've done a really nice job transitioning it, and still got work to do. Have some signage still yet to go and some landscaping, but And then the inside, we're renovating that too, but I'm doing most of that myself, so it's slow,
Fun
but
time.
it's coming along and it is looking really nice in here. So
Great
Looks good.
building.
Yep.
thank you.
And conversation with Troy.
We got it. Gotta make
Exactly.
sure that he doesn't have to do all the work.
Yes.
Exactly. Bring your paintbrush. I'll put you to work too.
I love to paint. I love to.
Oh, do you?
I do. I love to paint.
That's good to know, Jody.
Jody
Yeah.
will be there by herself. I'm not coming. I'm not coming.
That's fun.
Yeah. Okay, so last question. If you had to describe your business in 3 words, what would they be?
Oh, those are tough. 3 words to describe my business, I would have to say, save, serve, and protect. First, my goal is to save people money, especially in today's society. Like I said, I want to provide the best coverage possible at the lowest possible cost. So that's our goal. And we're not salespeople. People look at insurance agents as salespeople. We're not. We're here to help you if we can. And if we can save you money and earn your business, fantastic. But we are not the agency to browbeat you, or most of the times after I send somebody a quote, they don't hear back from me, which is terrible. I don't really follow up the best, but I don't want to pressure them either. So, and that's the way I look at it. I'm here to help you if I can. If I can't, no hard feelings, whether you're family, friends, people I don't know. And then serve. My priority with customer service, as we touched on, I do not want to lose that personal touch. And when you write business, I work for my customers. If I'm going to write your insurance, I'm working for you. I'm not working with the carrier that we place you with. I represent them, but I work for you. So every one of my insurance company clients, I'm sorry, every one of my clients should have my cell phone number. And claims happen of an evening, of a weekend. So I want you calling me directly. You're not calling a toll-free number. You're calling me. We work for you. So service would be my second word. And then protect. I don't want any surprises. When you have a claim, I want you taken care of by the company we put you with. So I want your prized possessions, your homes, your auto, your life, your family. I want to make sure that you're protected, and then no surprises with the roof or anything like that. I want those claims handled professionally the first time around. We don't want to fight to get those things covered. So those would be my 3 words.
Love it.
Awesome. Yeah.
That sounds good.
Thanks for
Awesome.
joining us
If you
today.
need insurance, go see Troy. He's a good guy.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Get some coffee.
Come on in. Well, I'm hoping to put an espresso machine in here so customers can come in and just have a cup of coffee and, like I said, sit down with me so I don't have to do the work everybody else.
All right. Well, thanks for coming
Thanks,
on today,
Troy.
Troy. It was so good to have you.
It's my pleasure. Cheers. Thanks so much,
Cheers.
ladies.
Stay warm out there
Bye.
today.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.